guys, it's Adria, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I keep in my travel makeup bag. As you know, I recently took a trip to go visit my family, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you guys my little makeup bag. So this is an adorable little makeup bag that I actually got at Claire's. I think it may have been like 10, 11 bucks. Not that much, but it's super cute. It says wake up and makeup, and it has, you know, little makeup things on it as well as on the back, and it's glittery and cute. This is just right up my alley. This is totally my style. I like fun stuff. So yeah, let's take a look inside of it without further ado. So here's what it looks like when you first open it. I have all my brushes on top. I actually just cleaned them today, so they're still a little bit damp. But after I show them, I'm gonna lay them out to dry again. But I just wanted to show you how everything fits in here. Here we have a little angled brush. I use this for blush and contouring and things like that. Again, a little damp, but it's gonna dry. And I don't, what brand is this? This is by Essence of Beauty. I don't know, I've had this forever, girl. I don't even remember buying it. I feel like somebody just gave it to me, so yeah. And then next we have this e.l.f. complexion brush that I use for foundation. Sometimes I put like a hairband around it to kind of make it more stiff, but then I can take that off and have it as, you know, kind of like this. So yeah, and e.l.f. brushes are amazing despite being super cheap. A lot of people kind of steer away from that, but definitely if you're on a budget or if you're young or like, oh, I'm at Target, oh, there's e.l.f. brushes. I love e.l.f. brushes. So yeah, although this one is broken, they do break easily, but I think with a hot glue gun you could easily fix that, which I did mean to do, but I'm lazy, I don't know. And here are just a bunch of my makeup brushes. This one I use for like this part of my eye. I don't know what this is, my eyelid. That's what it's called. And it is by Carity Cosmetics. And this came in a set. And as you'll see, I have two other ones from this brand. I really like these. They were, I think I got them from Amazon. I think somebody gave them to me for Christmas, but yeah, I really like these brushes. And this one is perfect for eyeshadow because, again, it's a little damp, but normally it's a very rounded tip. And it's really good for eyeshadow on the eyelid. Next we have these two, and yeah, this one I use for my brows, and then this one Brandon makes fun of me for doing this, but I actually like fill in my freckles. I have a freckle on the tip of my nose, and I have a freckle, is it this cheek? In the middle of this cheek, I think. And I'll just take a tiny bit of brown eyeshadow, and after my foundation's on, I'll just kind of like touch up on my freckles, because I used to not like the freckle on my nose, but now I'm like, I think it's kind of cute, and you can't really see it once I put foundation on because it's a really light freckle, but I was like, the freckle on my nose is kind of cute, so yeah, but Brandon laughs at me for doing that, and my mom was like, only you would do that, Adria, but I don't know, I mean, if you have cute freckles on your face, why not, like, you know, accentuate them. Then I have these two eyeshadow brushes. So this one I kind of use for my brow bone, for like the little bit of highlight, the lighter eyeshadow up there, as well as like the inner corners of my eye. And then this one I use for the crease, for the darker, you know. So I had to go run and grab this. I realized that I forgot to pack this. I use this to blend out my eyeshadow, and I don't know, I've kind of gotten into the habit of putting on my eyeshadow before my foundation. I used to really kind of, you know, scrunch my nose up at people that would do that, but now I get it. You don't get it until you do it, trust me, girl, oh my gosh. Because you put all your foundation on, and then you put eyeshadow on, and then you have all the fallout under, especially if you're doing like a smoky eye or something, then you basically have to reapply your foundation. You will save so much foundation, so much concealer, if you just put on your eyeshadow, blend it out, and then I use a baby wipe to just get off the fallout. Yeah, there's my little blending brush, and it's from the same brand, Carity Cosmetics. Again, I think you can find these on Amazon, cheap and good quality brushes. So, and then we just have my e.l.f. Kabuki brush, which I use for blending. Kabuki brushes are a nightmare to clean. If you've ever tried cleaning out your Kabuki brush, girl, it's not fun. So, so yeah, those brushes are still drying. I'm laying them there on a towel to dry. I was like, should I wait to film this video till they're dry? But it was like, you know what? I'll just throw them in the bag damp. I don't really care. Yeah, now onto the actual makeup. All right, so first up on top we have this, what brand is this? I believe it's Maybelline New York. Yeah, Maybelline New York Color Sensational, and I actually have this color on my lips today. And yeah, it's like this pink lipstick. I'm not usually a lipstick kind of girl, but I'm kind of getting into it. I kind of want to buy a new lipstick. I kind of want like a nudie brown lipstick because I don't know, I feel like that would look good for like summertime, you know. And this is in 720 Pearly Pink. I've had this for a while, but I love Maybelline New York lipstick. I feel like for cheaper brand, it's actually really good. Here we just have a Maybelline Baby Lips. And what shade is this? Berry Bomb. And I like this purple. I really feel like it gives like a nice purpley tint to your lips. And speaking of purple, I have a little purple EOS. This is my favorite one. I used to swear by the coconut milk, but coconut milk is so last year, girl. I love this one. It smells like berries, but it's delicious smelling. And I just got this for Christmas and it's already like flat. So I don't know, I'm one of those people, I make EOSs last forever, but it's almost gone. So any liquids that you see in this bag, I will be putting in my liquids bag for obviously getting through security at the airport. Once I'm off the plane and everything, all of the liquid makeup will go back in this bag. So that's kind of why I threw it in here, because, you know, obviously it's just look at my travel makeup, but, you know, the liquids and stuff will not be in this bag. Just, you know, FYI, the eye drops made me think of that. But yeah, we have some Visine Multi-Action Eye Allergy Relief because according to my sister Allie, the allergies in Pennsylvania are super bad right now, and my mom leaves like all the windows open. So yeah, I thought eye drops would be a good thing to pack. Then I have my little CoverGirl pressed powder, CoverGirl Clean pressed powder in 525 Buff Beige. I kind of just use this to set my foundation. It makes it a lot less shiny. So yeah. Then we just have this lip gloss, and I think my mom gave this to me. It's by Rimmel London. Yeah, maybe I'll put a little bit of this on. A little bit of gloss to my lips, so why not? Kind of makes my lips look fake. So I like this, I like it a lot. So I find myself wearing it more often now, so I thought I should pack it. Next we have my little black beauty book by e.l.f. Again, love e.l.f. Brandon's mom gave this to me like 2 Christmases ago, and I swear this is like my holy grail eyeshadow palette. I don't know if I could ever not have this in my life. I've already looked on Amazon to see if I can repurchase the same thing because a lot of my favorite colors are starting to get used up. But yeah, see, I use the crap out of this palette. I use it daily. On my eyelid today, I have this shade right here, and then in the crease, we have this brown right here. It's the Little Black Beauty Book Warm Edition. Browns and stuff really bring out blue eyes, so if you have blue eyes, I would go for the brown eyeshadow. I used to be obsessed with blue eyeshadow in like 11th grade, and I'm like, honey, no. Here's what it looks like now. There's still a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of pink going on in there. Very me. Ooh, this is one of my favorite lip glosses ever. I've been using this since high school. Oh my gosh, every time I put it on my lips and like get a taste of it, it just takes me back to high school. It's insane. Does anybody else, do you ever do that? You smell something or taste something and it takes you back to a time and a day, and it's weird. But yeah, so this is sparkly lip gloss, and it is by Wet n Wild, and it is $5.93. Crushed Grapes. Why is it called Crushed Grapes? I don't know, but it's cute. I love it. I've rebought it so many times. I think I got it from my mom for her birthday because she was so obsessed with using mine. Yeah, it just gives your lips that little bit of sparkle. It's not too overbearing. Doesn't look like you have glitter lips, but yeah. Next we have this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer, which recently discovered it. Love it. It is in light pale because I'm a ghost. I tried to get a little bit of tan because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Pennsylvania. I need to at least look like I live in Florida, so like, can I get a little bit of sun? I have 2 foundations. This one I use as like a liquid contour because I find that when I use a powder contour, it's a lot more harsh because obviously powder, it'll like stick to your foundation, so it really shows up. So I started using this darker foundation that I just had laying around as like a contour and just blending it into everything, and I feel like it's a lot more flattering in that way. And I also use the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation in 115, and I love this too. Here we have a little trio of eyeshadows. I have them hooked in a hairband because the one on top, the lid broke, so I don't want it to break. So I'm like, oh, I'll just hook them all together in like a little pyramid. So this is I think I got it at the dollar store, to be honest, but it is in the shade Beach Sand. And I don't know, like for dollar store eyeshadow, it's actually really good. And I did use it as a bit of a highlight as well, so it works really good, you know, on your brow bone, a little bit of eyeshadow. And then it also can be like a little bit of a highlight as well. I think for $1, relatively good. And then these are what I use for my brows, besides my brow pencil, which is in there. But yeah, this is what I use for my brows. In this is the Walking on Eggshells by Wet n Wild, which I've used this palette since high school. And I use the brown shade, which is for the crease. I just use that for my eyebrows a bit more toward, you know, the front of them. Would you call them the front? The start of them? The beginning? Hello. And then I use a bit of the black to make them a bit darker at the ends. I don't know, I've always loved the dark eyebrows and the blonde hair look. A lot of people don't like that. They like the light eyebrows. But I mean, as somebody with naturally blonde eyebrows, I hate it. So I'm just like, I need to vamp my brows though. And I get told my brows are fleeky, so I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right though. And you know what, girls, when you do your brows, some people will be like, your brows are uneven. Tell them they are sisters, not twins. And then here is my eyebrow pencil. I think my Nana gave this to me because I think she got it for hers, but it was too dark for her. And I'm just like, girl, never be afraid to make your brows dark because, you know, gotta get them on fleek. And this is the CoverGirl Perfect Blend Pencil Crayon, and it's a brow pencil, and it also has a little blendy thingy. I never know what to call these. It's like a blender, like making a smoothie. I don't know what it is. So there's this. I don't know. I feel like I've finally perfected my eyebrows to the point where I'm happy with them. I think like a year ago I plucked them too thin, and you know, before that I didn't do my eyebrows at all. I feel like now I'm at a point like, okay, my face looks okay to me now. Although I'll probably look back at this in like 5 years and be like, girl, because we always do that. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. So next I just have this little bunch of Q-tips because I do use this to clean up around my eyebrows before I put concealer around them, because I also started like concealing around my eyebrows after I do them because I really feel like it makes them, you know, pop. Yeah, I have Q-tips for my brows. Not for my ears. Yeah, this is what I use to outline my eyebrows to, I don't know, I don't know what it does, but putting concealer like around the edges of your eyebrows, it really cleans up the edges and makes them look more natural, I feel, rather than looking like they're just blended into your face like eyeshadow. So I use the Maybelline Cover Stick in light beige, as well as just this little it's like a firm angled brush. It's like not soft at all. It's super hard. So that's really good for getting, you know, like around. I kind of just go like along the edge of my eyebrow, and then I'll kind of just blend like around the edges, you know. That's a lot more recent that I started doing that, but I feel like ever since I've started, I can't stop. I'm just like, girl, yes. There's those. And also, speaking of eyebrows, I have my tweezers. Can't go anywhere without tweezers. Yeah, my mom was like, she's like, when you go on an airplane, are you allowed to take tweezers? I was like, I don't know. I think I've always done it. I've never gotten in trouble for it. So like, I don't know. If security was like, ma'am, you need to throw away those tweezers, I would be like, all right, bye. I'm not going on this airplane. Then we have a little mini hairband that I use when I do like double braids in my hair, because I like the smaller band kind of look, so you know, just in case. And as well as, oh, there's a bunch of hair stuck to this. This is just a hairband wrapped around a bunch of bobby pins, because you know, never go anywhere without bobby pins, girl. And ever since Brandon has had his top knot, he was like, maybe I should use bobby pins, and I was just like, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, oh, we're almost at the bottom of the bag. So this is my mascara, and it is the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational, and I really like this. I have to show you the applicator, but yeah, it's like a little curved applicator. Let me beauty guru this. Yeah, see, it's curved, and I really like that because it really helps you to not stab yourself in the eye, which I do a lot. And if you're like me and just like, so yeah, and it's really good for bottom lashes, because I know a lot of people use like the tip of the mascara brush to do their bottom lashes. I don't. I just go in for it, girl. I'm like, yeah, I'd recommend this. I recommended this to my mom. She's like, I need a new mascara. Like, what do you use? I was like, girl, get this. And my mom always used waterproof mascara, and I was like, girl, no, don't do that, because waterproof like takes all the moisture out of your eyelashes and it can make them fall out a lot easier. So really only use waterproof if you're going to the pool, the beach, or to a wedding, because otherwise you don't really need it. Then the last two things at the bottom of the bag, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Line liquid eyeliner, and it is just in black. I have it on my lids today. I can't live without my black liquid eyeliner. It's just my favorite thing ever. And then last but certainly not least, we have my Maybelline New York Lasting Drama waterproof gel pencil. I was just going on about how you don't need waterproof. I actually bought this on accident. I didn't realize it was waterproof. So, but yeah, that's what I have on my waterline today, and I will never go back to a wooden pencil because those like wood and eyeballs should not mix. So yeah, that is the bottom of my bag. And again, I'm just obsessed with this bag. I love it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below if you'd like me to do more makeup related videos. I know a lot of you guys are guys, so I don't know how interesting this is to a lot of you, or if you don't like makeup, or if you don't like beauty videos, but let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this? Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not already, be sure to subscribe down below. I put out videos 3 times a week. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys. Bye! Also, I have to hiccup or burp or something. Okay.